I'm excited to speak to you today on 1111's Cloud Object Storage and the varied ways it can help your organization optimize and enhance existing investments and policies. We will also discuss key differentiators on 1111's approach, like all-inclusive pricing, expert support, along with an award-winning interface for visibility and control of your cloud storage solution. They say the only constant in IT is change, and this is certainly true for how organizations are consuming storage to meet customer and stakeholders' ever-evolving demands. Over the next few slides, we will talk to you about where object storage fits into your storage strategy and some of the more common use cases for getting the most out of existing and future capacity investments. Let's jump in. We find that many organizations have a varied approach to storage that may include block, file, and most recently, object storage, with each selected based on specific end-user latency, scale, and functionality need. We find that in many organizations, IT teams are selecting storage types based on the desired use case. Rather than a single vendor, location, or technology, organizations are understanding the strengths and weaknesses of storage technologies and optimizing their selections. For example, we see IT staff choose block for low latency performance needs like virtual guests and databases. File can provide strong management and structure, and object storage can help complete the picture with strengths in scale and cost efficiency. With understanding the gap that object storage fits, it's no wonder organizations have begun a rapid shift towards the technology. We'll chat over the abundant use cases for object storage shortly, but backup and web-based use cases are highly common. Even more common is usage, with nearly 90% of IT teams leveraging the technology in some capacity. But with this rapid shift come some concerns, which are typically around ensuring cloud storage is safe, simple, and actually provides the savings they set out to achieve. At 1111, we see three common ways in which organizations are leveraging our cloud object storage scale and cost savings. Unstructured data, such as serving up media and files via web access. Backup and archive, in which long-term retention data is stored in the cloud. Or cloud tiering, in which a blend of latency, performance, and capacity needs can be met. Let's dive into each of the use cases in a little bit more detail. With its web access, scale, and inherent search functionality, our cloud object storage provides an ideal option for organizations leveraging unstructured and analytics data. For example, rich media content, documentation, and other customer-facing resources can be served securely. It's also ideal for modern applications, where application code and data leveraged by the app are on separate locations for optimized costs. Or large-scale datasets and analytics data can be stored and accessed efficiently and effectively. No live VMs, no complex configurations. A very common and ideal use case for our cloud object storage is leveraging it as a cloud archive target. The idea here is that an organization may be required or desire to keep backup data for a specific period of time, but rather than keep it all on premises, send older, long-term copies to the cloud for cost effectiveness. You can see on the screen examples of industry-leading technologies that allow for this approach. For example, keeping 30 days on local storage or appliance and years in the cloud. A similar approach can be used for database purposes, in which long-term retention or access to log files can be configured to leverage object storage. And with either need, cloud object storage provides cost efficiency, but greatly enhances immediate search and restore functionality, something that legacy storage or tape-based approaches may lack. We spoke earlier of the strengths and weaknesses of various storage types, for example, the low latency of block storage of the trade-off of cost. With the pricing efficiency and compatibility provided by our cloud object storage, organizations have begun leveraging functionality to move and reclaim local capacity with their on-premises SAN and NAS solutions. The idea for the storage tier use case is that many modern storage technologies have functionality to incorporate our cloud object storage as a capacity target, in which older or lesser used data can be moved to the cloud rather than consuming local capacity on their higher cost local storage. And the great news is this functionality is supported by a growing number of vendors. Additionally, with the usage of client and gateway technology, it's possible to have latency flexible end-user data stored directly to our cloud object storage, further reducing demand on local capacity. A great example of reclaiming local capacity can be found with Veeam's Scale-Out Backup Repository. Let's say an organization would like to increase retention for backup policies or has had a large amount of data growth. Either of these can lead to a scenario in which an organization has capacity challenges, which can lead to retention gaps. But this is exactly where 1111's Cloud Object Storage comes into play. Our solution can be added in Veeam as a scale-out repository in which data can age out of local repository and be moved to 1111 in an automated fashion, optimizing local capacity in the process. It's worth noting that 1111 provides multiple services powered by Veeam for data protection. Those were some great use cases, but we mentioned up front that one of the biggest motivations for object storage was cost optimization. And this is where many organizations can struggle with popular object storage providers. How so? Let's use a simple example in which a terabyte of storage is needed. With our cloud object storage, an all-inclusive model is used in which the customer pays a flat rate per gigabyte. With other providers, including AWS and Azure, there are a number of costs to consider. In fact, Gartner has estimated organizations leveraging cloud have 20 to 50% additional costs from overages for unexpected fees and pricing structure. First, there's the storage itself, but there are also access and usage fees related to put, get, list, and bandwidth that can dramatically impact monthly pricing. So what does that really mean? It means that when organizations use a competing object storage provider, they see costs increase based on usage. In the example on the screen, if you were looking to use object storage as a backup archive target, the initial full backup and subsequent incremental backups all add to your costs. With our cloud object storage, you get predictable, all-inclusive pricing, which includes unlimited access and support. 1111's cloud object storage is sold in a way that makes life easier and more cost-effective for our customers. All that's needed to get started is understanding the reserved storage for your goals. Included with your subscription, 1111 provides your organization with unlimited bandwidth, transactions, support, and security with no additional cost. This is in stark contrast to many 1111 competitors, including AWS, Azure, and Google, where support can add hundreds or more monthly costs, and access to storage greatly impacts overall pricing. With 1111, it's truly a flat, predictable cost. And finally, we understand that even with the best use cases and simplified pricing, intuitive management and reduced complexity are still critical to an organization's success. The 1111 Cloud Console provides visibility and control of your organization's cloud-based storage needs. And as your organization shifts further into the Cloud Console provides the ability to incorporate disaster recovery and production hosting into a single management experience. I'd like to thank you for discussing the number of ways our cloud object storage provides customers with key benefits, including support for a broad number of use cases, including unstructured data, offsite, backup, archiving, and cloud tier for compatible workloads. We offer our customers continued flexibility when it comes to management through our cloud console or using APIs from our global footprint. Our object storage customers reduce their true costs with an all-inclusive, predictable model, and optimize their uptime and availability with security features like object lock and immutability, as well as high performance. And whether your needs start and end with object storage or extend to disaster recovery, backup, or production hosting, the 1111 console and our team of experts are here to enhance your journey to the cloud.